I'd like to tell you a little about how I came to be a recipient from the Samaritan Fund. I would imagine that many of you remember the school dentist in the 1940s and 50s, the one who set up a metal contraption with pulleys and a drill which he operated with his feet. He was the first one to set about my teeth, pulling some out and filling others. In the 80s, I had the luck of meeting a good dentist who crowned many of my teeth and took a real interest in his patients. However, over time, some crowns came off and were replaced, but often after drilling away more tooth, with the result that there wasn't enough tooth to be crowned and the stumps had to be removed. I was left with no teeth at the bottom left side of my mouth. I didn't like smiling or laughing in case my lack of teeth showed. Worst of all, I was only able to eat slowly at one side of my mouth. Yes, the NHS dentist did give me a plate, but whilst I could wear it at times, I just could not manage to eat with it, and talking wasn't always easy. It sometimes came loose, and without it, I was always the last to finish at lodge meals. Richard, the almoner, suggested that I apply for a grant from the Samaritan Fund. He came along to see me and asked various questions so that he could give a full picture for the people in London to digest. Brethren, it was a simple matter to produce the information required. We needed details of our small savings and proof of pension amounts received by myself and my wife. I gave details of tax paid and payments for water, council tax, electric and gas. It might sound complicated, but in fact it was so easy to do, especially when you're aware that all information given to the almoner is completely confidential. We have some excellent almoners. You can speak to an almoner from a different lodge, or even go directly to the people who administer the Samaritan Fund. Because my NHS dentist was unable to fit implants, London gave me the name of one who did. I had an appointment with him which included an X-ray and chat about what could be done. The dentist sent the details of the proposed work to London, and there the almoner's details of our finances and the dentist's report were considered. Within a few days, I was told that the fund had agreed to pay for the work recommended by the dentist. I had several appointments for preparatory work, and finally the implants were in place. The result has been nothing short of amazing. I can eat normally. I feel able to speak to people without the risk of a plate coming loose or showing gums without teeth. I can smile again and show off my new teeth. Brethren, if any of you are in need of such help or have the likelihood of a long wait for treatment, I urge you to contact your almoner. Swallow your pride and ask for assistance, because you may well find you're eligible for help. I'm proud to support the fund by wearing the festival jewel. After all, it's less than the cost of 2 pints of beer a month. So do support the festival, brethren. You never know when yourself or a member of your lodge may need help.
Provincial Grand Master, thank you very much for coming to talk to us this evening on the subject of Festival 2018. We're very grateful to you for giving up your valuable time. Now, I'd like to ask you some questions about Festival in general. Every province is in Festival once every 11 years. Our last festival was in aid of the Royal Masonic Trust for Girls and Boys. Did you play a part in that particular festival?
Yes, I did play a part in the last festival. I was festival secretary from its launch in the year 2000 until I was appointed assistant provincial grand master in 2003, when the role of festival secretary was taken over by worshipful brother Terry Burt, who did an extremely good job for the rest of the festival.
Undertaking such an important role would have given you an important insight to the working of a festival.
Yes, it certainly did. A Masonic festival is an extremely important event for any province, and the outcome is very important to the particular charity that is being supported. The amount raised is the main income for that charity during the festival year.
Now, our festival, 2018, is in support of the Masonic Samaritan Fund. Some would say that is the most important charity from our members' point of view, as it directly supports our own brethren or their dependents in times of need.
I would be reluctant to list any charities in order of importance, because they are all extremely important in their own fields. The Masonic Samaritan Fund does, however, offer medical, dental and respite care to all the brethren and their families in our province, as we all know. More recently, it has made funds available to support brethren and their dependents who may need counselling help in difficult times. The funds that we donate are mainly used directly to care for Freemasons and their families on a most personal level.
Since the start of our festival awareness scheme, the support given to the brethren in our own province has increased.
Yes, it has indeed. I believe the brethren are now far more aware of what the Masonic Samaritan can do for them, and applicants for assistance have increased accordingly. We've recently had £146,972 allocated via 66 grants to 57 individuals in need. So as you can see, the Masonic Samaritan Fund is certainly working for our brethren. Additionally, of course, the charity does provide monies by way of grants for such things as medical research, which will, we hope, in due course, be of great benefit in the future to our members and to their families.
The Masonic Samaritan Fund is the newest of our 4 central charities, yet it's soon to celebrate 25 years of helping Freemasons. The charity has announced that it will grant £1 million of its funds towards medical research in their anniversary year.
Yes, that's very good news indeed, of course. However, importantly, I think, from our point of view, the recipients of those grants will be chosen to reflect areas of research that are directly related to Freemasons, or rather the types of illness that the Freemason population can really relate to.
Could you give some examples of research that's supported by the MSF?
Yes, certainly. You could say, rather than supported by the MSF, supported by Freemasons, of course. We're currently supporting Alzheimer's research, cancer research, Fight for Sight, spinal research, the brain tumour charity, to give just a few examples.
There are going to be 10 grants of approaching £100,000 each, I understand.
Yes, and the provinces have been asked to submit suggestions as to where those research funds could be directed.
The Brethren will probably remember the appeal instigated by your predecessor to support Professor Norman Maitland and his research into prostate cancer. The province raised £124,000, a wonderful achievement.
It was indeed, and that £124,000, if you remember, was raised in just 12 months. And we must not forget that the Masonic Samaritan Fund stepped in there also and gave us another £84,000 to complete the funding that the professor required at that stage in his research work.
Then, of course, we had the amazing news in March of 2013 that the York research team had made a breakthrough and announced that they had unearthed the main cause of prostate cancer, which could ultimately lead to successful treatment of the disease.
Yes, I take great pride in thinking that our members and the Masonic Samaritan Fund made a significant contribution to that breakthrough.
Some of our brethren are asking, why do we have a target of 1.6 million?
Well, the target, which was incidentally set by my predecessor, was thought to be a realistic amount that this province could and should achieve, taking into account the number of members and our previous experience with festivals.
Yes, the last festival in this province, which ended in 2006, raised 2.235 million.
Yes, that was a magnificent effort, of course. However, we must remember that at that time, we had a larger membership than we have now. Also, unlike now, all the contributions into that charity from any source in the festival year were included in our festival total. The rules have since changed, and our festival total will only take account of our own contributions, hence the lower target.
Why do we have a target set?
Well, you know, with any ambition in life, and we need to know where we're going and what we hope to achieve. The target allows us to measure the progress we are making during the 5 years of the festival.
But shouldn't the lodges, and perhaps in particular their members, be aware of what they are achieving?
We learned from previous experiences that targets given to lodges can be unpopular. However, we would hope that a lodge, through their charity steward, would look at the lodge contributions to the last festival, make any amendments to take account of change in membership levels since that time, and then try and work out for itself how it can better the achievement of last time.
Shouldn't the lodges, and in particular their members, be aware of what they're achieving?
Yes, I believe they certainly should. Every lodge charity steward is sent detailed figures from the Masonic Samaritan Fund every quarter, showing individual contributions for all its members, and then also the lodge total. The individual contributions are, of course, confidential. They are information for the charity steward only and no one else. But I would hope that the lodge total would be shared with the brethren, so they can measure the contribution that the lodge is making. The disclosure of that total figure will allow the brethren to know how far they are away from achieving an honorific award, and if they've already achieved an honorific award, how far they are from achieving the next level of honorific award.
I could add to that, Provincial Grand Master. As Chairman of Festival 2018, I'm intending to circulate to lodges, their members, a progress report showing just what would need to be achieved to hit the next honorific level, and also the number of festival jewels that they've had awarded within the lodge as a percentage of the provincial achievement in general. This should help a lodge measure its achievement. I'm sure the individual brethren would like to see just how well they're doing.
I think that's a very sensible idea. I think every lodge should know exactly what it's achieving. We do not want any lodge in 2018 to say, if only we'd known.
Now, on a different subject, brethren may have heard about the proposal to consolidate the work of the 4 Central Masonic charities with effect from 2016. What does this mean to our provincial festival, which doesn't finish until 2018?
The proposed consolidation of the 4 charities follows the most comprehensive review of Masonic charity for 40 years and is a development I fully support. There will be a transition from 1 festival per year on behalf of each charity to 4 per year on behalf of a single charity, which will take time to achieve. It is proposed that the first provincial festivals on behalf of the new charity will conclude in 2022, but be launched as early as 2017. All festivals concluding before 2022 will continue to be on behalf of the 4 separate charities. Our 2018 festival will therefore continue to be on behalf of the Masonic Samaritan Fund, with all funds raised being available exclusively to support the provision of health and care support.
Thank you. Is there a message that you would like to give to your lodges at this point in our festival appeal?
Yes, there are 3 things that I would like lodges, particularly the worshipful masters, but indeed all the brethren of the lodge, to consider. Firstly, please direct your charitable giving to festival for the remaining time before it comes to a conclusion in 2018. The festival will end, but your local charities will still be there. In the interim, lodges could petition provincial grand charity if they wish to continue supporting local worthy causes. Second, ask all the brethren in your lodge to come up with fundraising ideas. If you try to hold 1 event every year to boost the amount raised, it will have a significant impact. But perhaps, most importantly, the most effective way of contributing to the charity is with regular personal giving, which is boosted by gift aid. I would like to encourage any individual who has not yet qualified for a festival jewel to try to do just that. At the moment, a pledge of under £7 a month, extended until May 2019, would achieve this. If every lodge in this province could provide 5 more members proud to wear their jewels, it would make a considerable difference to the final result of our appeal.
We should remember that our next festival may not be until 2029.
A long time. And yes, I would like to take this opportunity to thank every member of my province who has in some way, in any way, contributed to our festival appeal. You are doing a wonderful job, brethren, in making it possible to support all our brethren who are, after all, your colleagues and your friends. We are doing well, but we still have a very long way to go. Thank you all.
Well,
But please keep up the good work, and we will all enjoy the festival celebrations together in May 2018.
well, I echo all your remarks, Provincial Grandmaster, and may I thank you very much indeed for coming along this evening to talk to the brethren.